Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good evening to our lecturer and my fellow friends. So today, me and Ajwad would like to present to you about our process, which is heat treatment of steel. So my name is Ikliluddin and this is Ajwad. My metric number is 174.
And me 174489.
Okay. So for the introduction of the heat treatment of steel, I will introduce for you. First, for the steel, it is an essential material for modern life. And then next, the manufacture of steel delivers the good and service to that our societies needs. And also for our healthcare, telecommunications, and also to improve the agriculture practice. It's better transport and networks. And the third point is the purpose of heat treatment is to change the mechanical properties of steel. And it's usually to increase the ductility, hardness, and also the yield strength or impact resistance to get the desired properties. Okay. The process that involved in the heat treatment of steel, there have three processes, which is the tempering, normalizing, and also the annealing. So I would like to describe briefly to you about the tempering. For the tempering, it is a process of heat treating, which is to release the stress and also to reduce the brittleness. Therefore, it will make the brittle martensite steel more softer and more ductile, and also to increase the toughness of the steel. Next is the tempering, usually performed after the hardening to reduce some of the excess hardness. So, do you know what happened in the tempering process? No, right? So I would like you to know what happens during the tempering process. First, the metal was heated to some temperature and below the critical temperature. Do you know how many the critical temperature, Ajwad?
No.
No. I think it's 2. Okay, later we can do research for the critical temperature. So it is heat to some temperature below the critical temperature for a certain period of a time. Then it's allowed to cool in the still air in a room temperature. And if you do tempering in high temperature, it will yield a softer material with a more higher toughness. So this is the figure that shows that it become more tough. So next, I will proceed the normalizing process, the normalizing definition, and also the process to the Ajwad.
Okay, so now I'm going to present about for the second process, which is normalizing. Do all of you know what's the normalizing process? Okay, I will tell you a little more briefly about the normalizing process. The normalizing process definition is to remove coarse grain structure in fogging or casting. So I will proceed how they've been done. Okay, the first one is we need to heat up at the range from 100 until 200 Fahrenheit above upper critical temperature. And the second step would be we need to cool in still air. Cool in the still air, and it is essential to complete the process. Okay, so now what happened in normalizing process? Okay, as we know, before the normalizing, the microstructure of steel are coarse and non-uniform. After that, the microstructure change. The crystals become smaller and more smaller at the particular times. As a result, this is the result for the uniform and gray structure. This is the uniform one, and this one is gray structure after the normalizing happened. So the third one process is annealing process. Do all of you know what is the normalizing process? No, right? So I will explain a little bit more about the annealing process. The annealing process is to relieve stress and to reduce ductility of the steel. It's same as the previous step, which is it has two functions, which is to release stress that occur in steels and to induce softness and ductility. The procedure is also the same as the previous step. We need to heat up the steel from 75 Fahrenheit above upper critical temperature, and the second one will need to cool it down in closed furnace. Next. Okay, so what is happened in annealing process? Okay, before annealing, steel is in high stress because of the machining process. Under the influence high annealing heat, the stress is disappeared. To slow cooling in the furnace will prevent stress from return. It changed the maximum softness and ductility. Okay, here is the how the process have been done and its effect to the steel structures. Okay, the first one, the structure of steel become like this. Its structure is not too small, and after a certain time, it will change in structure, and it become more. The structure become more small and small until like this one. Next.
One more thing, if you can see, they have a strain state at the top of the figure, which is equal to 0, equal to 0.4, 0.8, 1.2, and so on. So the more increase of the strain, so it will become more toughness and more strong. So here I would like to conclude for our presentation today. As a conclusion, the steel has its own mechanical properties, as it can use in a wide area of productions, especially in an engineering structure. And the mechanical properties can be changed by heat treatment, such as temporary annealing and normalizing, in order to fulfill the requirement of the steel needed. As the overall, steel is important in our country and in this world, as it is used widely in all fields of work. I think that's all from me and Ajwad.
So, do all of you have a question that you need a little bit more briefly about this process? No. So that's all for our group. So thank you.
Thank you.